Hello survivors and welcome to another video. In today's video we are back on Soulstone Survivors with the brand new update, the Path of Ascension, and today we are going to be playing on the Spellblade. He is one of my favorite characters as of now just because of his passive, and I really do like the fire skills that come with his fourth weapon. But let's get into this. A couple of things that we have discovered while we've been playing is firstly the skill tree. In order to max out a character's skill tree, you need to get them to 170 prestige, so that you're looking at a double purple star on them. Once you do have them at 170, you will be able to max out their skill tree. Alright, next thing is runes for the character. We are running Searing Intensity, Head Start, as well as Sacrificed Growth. You can get Searing Intensity from the Pyromancer skill tree, Sacrificed Growth from the Arcane Weaver skill tree, and then Head Start is from the Spellblade skill tree. So just in case you're wondering where to unlock them, that is where you unlock them. And then we do run Weapon Expert as well as Dash Mastery. Again, Searing Intensity is there for the burn damage. We get increased damage up to a maximum of 50%. Head Start is for the early game, so we get more damage, but by level 30 we lose all of the buffs. Maybe this could be replaced, but as of right now I do quite enjoy it. And then Sacrificial Growth is when as we level up we gain more damage up to a maximum of 80%. So it kind of does give us the damage at least that we get from Head Starts later on in the game. Anyway, let's get straight into it. We will be going for the Caves of Delzog on Curse Intensity 48 again. And as you can see, we do have Fiery Blade, and then we've got ourselves this purple portal on the floor. It's not actually a portal, just that purple thing. That is our Astral Rift. Standing in the rift generates Astral Power, and then at 25%, 50%, and 75%, we get different bonuses, as well as 100%, sorry, depending on the percentage that we use to go and gain the buffs. Now, 25% gives us Celestial Weakening, 50% gives us Energy Pulse, 75% is Imminent Wisdom, and then 100% we're looking at Arcane Comet. Now, the thing is, with the amounts that we get, or sorry, as you get, we'll get into what they do now, but as you get to 25%, it opens up this Astral Rift over here. You do need to stand in the rift to activate the actual passive, and then when you do stand in it, it will use up or start using up all of your passive power slowly over time. Now, in the skill tree, there are passives that will allow you to gain more astral power when you are in the rifts, or and there are passives that will decrease the amount of astral power you lose over time from the using the Astral Rift power or using your astral power. So there's a couple of things now. The first two, as well as so 25 and 50% both deal damage. At 100%, the Arcane Comet also deals damage, but the 75% one is Imminent Wisdom. It is a buff to your character. Now, this buff is going to be quite large. We are going to take a look at it and see just before we use it what exactly it does, but from other people's testing, it does give you a 30% increase in damage, multicast, cast frequency, as well as crit. So we will take a look at that for ourselves and see if it is that exact thing. And as you can see, we are going for different buffs. We're going for Blizzard for the slow. We will go slow to fire with spontaneous combustion as well to buff a Fiery Blade. We are grabbing a Dazed, and then we will look for some Brittle as well if possible. But majority of our skill points, we are looking at that. Now, there is actually a little bit of a bug going on over here. As you can see, we do have one skill point. If we have to lock our damage increase swing, I do think there is a slight bug with it where it doesn't always give you the damage increase swing. Now we'll see now when we get to the next level on whether or not it is actually still in the game. And I just killed some of my Fiery Blades, so it is working currently, which is fantastic. So we are going to grab that. That's going to give us increased damage on both our Firestorm as well as Fiery Blades. They are both swing skills, which is fantastic. Having both of your starting unique skills being the similar in tags does mean that you get those epic upgrades for both of the skills, which does make it a very, very strong upgrade, or you're gonna get some really good upgrade choices going forward from there. So now we've got bosses over here. Our damage is on 143%, cast frequency 69%. We are going to grab this, and we went from to 223% as well as 123%. That was actually more like 100% increased power, at least for the cast frequency. We were on 69 and we went to 123, so that is actually a massive buff over there that we get from the Imminent Wisdom. So definitely make sure that when you are using the passives that you activated at 75% minimum. But apparently when you do have more Astral Power, the bonus that Imminent Wisdom gives you is increased as well. So you can take your time getting to 100% and then just activating it on the bosses, and that would also be extremely strong. So now we are going to be looking at activating more of them, but we do want to kind of just corner ourselves. The nice thing about the passive is even on Curse 7, because you are running, because they are quite big, the circles, you are able to stand in them. The only time it becomes dangerous is if the Void Hunter is there. The Void Presence, sorry, not the Hunter. So she's the only one, or whatever it is, can make it difficult for you to gain some Astral Power. But generally, you are in a good spot in terms of being able to gather as much power as possible. And then when you do hit 75%, you do just go and grab the power up. It does increase your movement speed as well. And as you can see, we just completely decimated all of the enemies over there. So we're not looking for any of these. We can go Sugar Rush, that will help us. Just so we don't have to use any rerolls, but it doesn't really matter. We'll just grab them anyway. We can grab ourselves Chromatic Bolt for now. We are looking for the combustion, spontaneous combustion. There we go. So now all of the skills will be causing burn damage, which means that our Fiery Blades will be dealing more damage. So we are going to change our Chromatic Bolt for Magic Missile. That's going to give us some Brittle as well. And because these deal direct damage, they are going to benefit from the direct damage upgrades over there. So nothing over there that we want. We're going to grab the damage. Multicast, Burn to Slow is fantastic over here. And we are actually going to replace Blizzard with Firebolt, because again, we want to burn as much as possible, and that's going to help that. We're going to lock the multicast, grab that. We can actually skip skills. I'm happy with what we've got right now. And now we can start going for just some of the epic upgrades and things like that. Again, multicast for swing. We are focusing on the swing more than absolutely anything else, as well as our Fiery Blade, because they are going to be dealing the most amount of damage for us. But as you can see, completely annihilating the bosses. That was only the stage 2 or level 2 bosses, I guess, or whatever you want to call it at this time. So it is only the second start, or the second lot of bosses. So they should get harder. But again, we are just dealing so much damage because of all the swing upgrades that we got. And again, you don't really have to. Maybe going for the swing rune would be a good idea as well, because that's going to just increase the amount of damage that you deal as well. Or, having more swing skills means that you're going to have more damage bonuses for all of your skills, not just 2 of them. And that could make it a lot easier for us. We are on 75% power, which is fantastic. We do have our rift over there in the corner, which is very, very good for us. And as you can see, it is very easy. We do just have to dodge all of the circles, but we are in a fantastic spot in terms of damage. I mean, we just one-shot one of the bosses over there. All of them, all dead pretty much instantly. And this is just why the Arcane, the Spellblade is one of my favorite runners currently in this patch. So definitely very, very, very strong. We can grab 2 of our magnetic magnetic power-ups, because that's going to offset the 20% less XP we gain from this. So that's fantastic. We're going to grab as much cast frequency as possible. We can do some area of effect as well. Spontaneous combustion over there for the increased damage as well, because the more burn stacks on the enemy, the more damage our Fiery Blade is going to deal to them. So that's how Fiery Blade scales. It scales off the amount of stacks an enemy has. Let's just read it quickly. So we summon 5 weapons to fight for you. They deal extra damage per stack of burn or melting on the targets. So the more stacks of burning and melting that we can have on the enemies, the more damage the Fiery Blades are going to deal. So you can see, even without the buffs of our Astral Power, we are still completely annihilating the bosses. It is because he does, as a Spellblade, have access to vulnerability, dazed, and brittle. So the Spellblade does have a wide variety of skills in his arsenal that do actually increase the amount of damage you do to absolutely everything as well. But as you can see, because we haven't really been destroying all of the pylons, it is quite difficult for us to stay inside the astral rifts without taking damage. But luckily, because of the brand new skill tree, we are able to take a lot more hits, because our life is actually a lot higher than what it used to be. So the new skill tree definitely buffs our characters a lot more and does make us have a lot more survivability than what we did previously. So definitely very, very strong. Definitely worth getting the prestige of all of your characters up as much as possible, just to get those all character bonuses from the skill tree, and that's going to make it so that you can completely destroy and annihilate everything that is in your way. So this is definitely going to be an under 8-minute run. Not very, very fast. I mean, there probably are stronger or faster ways of doing this. We still got to test out a little bit more. I think the new Pyromancer skill could do that as well. It could have a chance of dealing quite a lot of damage earlier on and going from there. But let's just activate the bonuses that we've got so far. And as you can see, we do get knocked around quite a lot, but that's okay. Done and dusted. A 7-minute, a 5-second run on the Spellblade. Very, very, very strong again. We could go on further, but we don't have that much life or any healing available to us on this current character. But best run so far with the weapon Fiery Blade, dealing 21 million damage. That is respectable, with Energy Pulse, which is the passive, from 50%, dealing 6.4 million damage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. And always remember, keep safe, survivors. Until next time, cheers.